My husband locked me and a rutting lion in a cage for his darling white moonlight. Gujia's white moonlight was bitten by my dog. In a fit of rage, he shoved me into an iron cage with a lion. I could tell the lion was in heat and desperately begged him. Gujia, this lion is in heat. Let me out or I'll die. His assistant also advised him, Mr. Gu, Madam's parents were both killed by lions. She has a severe phobia of lions. Would you like to change the punishment? Gujia coldly snorted. I came up with this method precisely because I know she's afraid. Only by letting her taste the feeling of isolation and helplessness will she learn to be good and stop making things difficult for Yu. With that, he locked the cage without hesitation and turned to leave. I desperately screamed for help, but in the end, I was bitten through the neck and torn apart by the rampaging lion. Blood and entrails were scattered all over the floor. 3 days after my death, my soul, floating in midair, suddenly descended and arrived beside Gujia. He seemed to have been drinking today, his steps a little unsteady as he entered the door. Aunt Lu, the maid, immediately put down what she was doing and stepped forward to help him sit on the sofa. Then she brought him a bowl of hangover soup. Gujia took a sip of the hangover soup and frowned slightly. Why does this taste different than before? Aunt Lu, the madam used to make the hangover soup. She's not here today, so I followed an online recipe. The taste may be a little different. Where has she run off to, causing trouble again? She's never home. Does she not want to be Mrs. Gu anymore? Gujia's tone was very impatient. Aunt Lu, didn't madam go out with you a few days ago? She hasn't been back since that day. Gujia paused slightly, then slumped onto the sofa like a deflated balloon. Oh, I see, you can go back to your work. Aunt Lu nodded and retreated. Gujia then took out his phone and sent me a WeChat message. Do you know you were wrong? Heh, I'm already dead, and he still thinks I'm just not going home out of spite. Naturally, there was no reply from the other end of WeChat. After waiting for less than a few minutes, Gujia impatiently called me, but he called 4 or 5 times in a row, and no one answered. Good, very good. Gujia smiled darkly and turned to call Assistant Su. Assistant Su was his most loyal follower, practically on standby 24 hours a day. He answered the phone quickly. Hello, Mr. Gu, do you have any instructions so late? Gujia coldly ordered. Tell the circus people that I've bought that lion. Don't let it out of the cage. If Shin Jinshin refuses to admit her mistake, I don't mind locking her in with the lion forever. Assistant Su, Mr. Gu, I wanted to call you to report earlier. The circus suddenly announced its dissolution for some reason. All the performing animals are locked in the sheds and no one is taking over, no one is managing them. Perfect. Gujia's tone was somewhat smug. Assistant Su, should we send someone to check on Madam? What's there to check? Those animals are all trained. They can't hurt her, can they? But. No buts, it's good that no one's managing the place. Let her starve for a few days. Temper her stubbornness. When she realizes she's wrong, she'll naturally call me. But. Assistant Su still wanted to say something, but Lin Yuyu's video call came in. Gujia directly hung up the assistant's call and accepted Lin Yuyu's video invitation. On the other end of the video, Lin Yuyu was wearing a spaghetti strap nightgown and excitedly pointing at the necklace around her neck. Jiagaga, I love the gift you gave me so much. How did you know I liked this necklace? Gujia was momentarily speechless. It's no wonder he couldn't answer because this necklace was the wedding anniversary gift he had custom-made for me not long ago. According to my request. It's just a pity that we started talking about divorce before our wedding anniversary even arrived. He actually gave such a meaningful gift to Lin Yuyu. How ironic. It's just a feeling. That you girls should all like this kind of thing. Gujia answered vaguely. But I remember that this brand doesn't have this style. Did you specially customize it for me? Sort of. Gujia's tone became guilty. Then. Does sister-in-law have one too? When I was mentioned, Gujia's expression showed a moment of guilt, but soon he coldly replied, she's not worthy. A look of smugness flashed in Lin Yuyu's eyes, but she still pretended to be concerned and said, Jiagaguk, just consider me unlucky about the dog thing. Don't worry about it. lest it affect your marital relationship. You know, I can't stand seeing you in a difficult position. Gujie sighed. You're just too kind. I'd be satisfied if Shinjinshin was half as understanding as you. There's no helping it. Girls who are doted on will be willful. I'm an orphan, and I'm used to being cautious. To be honest, sometimes I'm really envious of Sister Jinshin, having a husband who loves her so much. I felt disgusted as soon as I heard these words, but Gujie liked this kind of thing. Sure enough, in the next second, Gujie said with a distressed tone, "Don't say that about yourself. You're not alone. In the future, if anything happens, don't be brave. As long as you call, I'll be there for you, got it? Really? When have I ever lied to you? Then, can you take me to your and sister-in-law's secret base to play?" A sharp pain suddenly arose in my heart. Gujie even told her about that. Gujie was an orphan, and I was the heiress of the Shun Corporation. Originally, our life trajectories were like two parallel lines, with little chance of intersection. But fate still arranged for us to come together. In my first year of high school, I accompanied my parents to my grandmother's house in the countryside. While out, I was chased by a stray dog that appeared out of nowhere. It was Gujie who appeared in time and drove the dog away. To thank him, my parents decided to sponsor his college education and arranged for him to attend the same school as me. After that, we took care of each other at school and maintained a good friendship until our sophomore year, when a senior at the same school confessed his feelings to me. Gujie suddenly appeared and took me back to the countryside overnight, to the place where we first met. "Shinshin, this is the secret base I spent a long time building for you. I know I'm not worthy of you now, but can you wait for me? Give me 3 to 5 years, and I will definitely work hard to make myself worthy of you." Looking at the once overgrown wilderness transformed into a garden full of various flowers, I was deeply moved and immediately agreed to give him a chance. After that, we maintained a relationship that was less than lovers, more than friends for a long time. Later, my parents died unexpectedly in Africa. I was deeply affected, and Gujie was always by my side encouraging me, allowing me to rekindle hope for life. Only then did I officially agree to date him and quickly married him. After the marriage, he managed the family business for me and took care of me with the utmost care. I once thought I was the happiest woman in the world, but it wasn't until Lin Yuyu appeared that I realized everything was an illusion. Lin Yuyu was Gujie's childhood playmate in the orphanage, and they could be considered childhood sweethearts. Gujie said he only treated her as a sister, but every time I had a disagreement with Lin Yuyu, Gujie always stood on her side without hesitation. Yuyu, like me, is an orphan and has suffered a lot since childhood. Why do you have to make trouble for her? Do you think you can bully her because she has no one to rely on? Let me tell you, as long as I'm around, I won't allow you to bully her. Are you ever going to stop? What did Yuyu do to offend you? Why do you always have to make things difficult for her? Hearing these words too often, I gradually became tired, so I had the idea of getting a divorce. To figure things out, I specifically returned to the house my grandmother left me in the countryside to adjust my mood, but I didn't expect that soon after I arrived in the countryside, Lin Yuyu came to provoke me. "So what if you're a rich heiress? Jia Gij doesn't like you. Might as well tell you, he told me a long time ago that he only approached you hoping to get help from your Shin family. Now he has gained a firm foothold in the business world. Soon, he will divorce you and then marry me. If you know what's good for you, get out of here sooner rather than later." I was too lazy to argue with her, picked up the broom next to me and threw it at her. "Get out!" Lin Yuyu scurried away, but as she was leaving, she suddenly turned around and kicked a puppy that was eating nearby. The puppy yelped and pounced, biting her calf. I was just about to go up and stop it when I heard Lin Yuyu shout, "Jinshinjia, please let me go. I just wanted to persuade you to reconcile with Jia Gij. Why did you let the dog bite people? It hurt so much, help me." This inexplicable series of actions left me dumbfounded, and before I could react, Gujie's angry roar came from the doorway. "Shin Jinshin, what the hell are you doing? Stop it." I looked up sharply and saw Gujie rush over, kick my puppy away, and pull Lin Yuyu into his arms. "Gujie, are you sick?" "She kicked my dog first." I quickly picked up the frightened puppy and comforted it. Gu Jie was about to say something when Lin Yuyu, huddled in his arms, sobbed. Jia Gij, I thought I would never see you again. Did you know I even thought of my last words just now? I found it amusing. Was it really necessary? It was just a dog bite. Why was she acting like it was a farewell to life? But Gu Jie believed her. He went straight up and grabbed my hair, dragging me to the car and sending me to the nearest circus. Do you know that Yu is most afraid of dogs? How dare you treat her like this? Today, I'm going to let you know what it's like to abuse your power and bully others. He brutally threw me into an iron cage, locking me in with a lion in heat. No matter how much I begged, he wouldn't let me go. Now I am bitten to death and torn apart by the crazed lion. Yet he is still waiting for me to admit my mistake. I really wonder if he will have a trace of regret when he finds out about my death. The next day, Gu Jie took Lin Yuyu to the secret base. Wow, did you grow all these flowers, Jia Gij? Lin Yuyu looked at Gu Jie with admiration. Gu Jie nodded. She immediately added, Sister-in-law is so lucky to be unaware of it. If someone did this for me, I would be devoted to him. I really don't understand why sister-in-law is always so ungrateful. Gu Jie's eyes turned cold after hearing this. Don't mention those unpleasant things. Lin Yu looked innocent. Sorry, Jia Gij, I just think you're being treated unfairly. Gu Jie touched her head. Silly girl, I didn't mean to blame you. Then I'm relieved. It's so beautiful here. Can you take some pictures of me? Okay. Lin Yu, like a rabbit, hopped and skipped through the flowers, striking various cute poses for Gu Jie to photograph. After taking the photos, she would occasionally gently punch Gu Jie's chest in a spoiled manner if she didn't like a particular shot. Gu Jie just smiled and patiently retook the photos for her. The scene was just like a young couple in love. In the end, as I expected, Lin Yu posted the selected photos on Moments, visible only to me. The caption was, Do you still think you're superior? Gu Jie also posted a picture of the scene visible only to me, but he secretly cropped Lin Yu out of it, and the caption was, Don't be self-righteous, what I can give you, I can also give to others. After posting, Gu Jie became absent-minded. He would occasionally check his Moments and then look at his chat box with me, but I didn't react at all. He was a little annoyed and directly blocked me, but within 3 minutes, he unblocked me and deleted the Moments post. I found it very funny. What did he mean by this? Did he want to make me jealous? But I'm already dead. Gu Jie was sulking, but Lin Yu was completely immersed in the moment. Several times Gu Jie asked her if she wanted to leave, but she kept saying to wait a little longer, until it got dark, started raining and thundering. Then she said in a pitiful tone, Jia Gij, I'm afraid of rain and thunder. How about we stay at a nearby hotel tonight? Gu Jie hesitated but finally agreed. Okay. Jia Gij, you're so good to me. Lin Yu affectionately took Gu Jie's arm. It seemed this was her ultimate goal for today. But to my surprise, Gu Jie booked 2 rooms when they arrived at the hotel. Lin Yu was a little disappointed, but she didn't dare to say anything for the time being. As soon as Gu Jie entered the room and closed the door, he called Assistant Su. What are you doing? Assistant Su paused for a few seconds and said, President Gu, the madam hasn't called me either. Gu Jie got angry. I didn't ask you, why are you talking about her? Mr. Gu is right to reprimand me. May I ask, what instructions do you have for calling? Gu Jie was speechless, and after a long while he said, Go charge my office phone too, and then set up call forwarding to this phone. Okay. Gu Jie hung up the phone, and his mood seemed to improve. He hummed a song as he went to take a shower, checking his phone from time to time. But he didn't receive a call. Instead, Lin Yu came knocking on the door. Gu Jie put on his bathrobe and opened the door. Lin Yu rushed in and hugged his waist, crying, Jia Gij, the thunder outside is so loud, I'm so scared, can I sleep here with you? Gu Jie frowned. After a moment, he gently pushed Lin Yu away. Yu, it's not appropriate, I have a family. Lin Yu's face flushed, but she still tried to justify herself. I'm sorry, I just remembered that rainy day when I was little. My mom left me at the orphanage entrance. Jia Gij, you wouldn't abandon me like that, would you? Don't be afraid, I won't abandon you. Gu Jia instantly felt sorry for her and changed his tune. If you're scared, then sleep here. Jia Gij, you're the best to me. Lin Yuyu's face lit up with joy, and she immediately jumped onto the bed. However, Gu Jia walked to the window, showing no intention of going to sleep. He kept staring at the rainstorm outside, lost in thought. On the bed, Lin Yuyu took off her robe, revealing a sexy lace suspender outfit. Jia Gij, it's late, aren't you sleepy? Gu Jia didn't even turn his head. You go to sleep, I'm not sleepy. Lin Yuyu was a little disappointed, but still pouted and pleaded. Then can you sit next to me? You're too far away, I can't sleep. Okay. Gu Jia sat down on the edge of the bed, but kept a distance from Lin Yuyu. Come closer. Gu Jia moved an inch. Lin Yuyu looked displeased and suddenly pounced on him, hugging him from behind. Gu Jia's body stiffened. Lin Yuyu leaned in and breathed in his ear. Jia Gij, do you hate me? Gu Jia abruptly turned his head away. Why would you ask that? Of course. I don't dislike you. Then do you like me? I do. Lin Yuyu was delighted, and she tilted her head back to kiss Gu Jia's ear. But Gu Jia suddenly pushed her away. Yuyu, what I mean is I like you like a younger sister. But I don't want that kind of like. Lin Yuyu's voice was tearful. Yuyu. Before Gu Jia could finish speaking, Lin Yuyu pounced on him again and kissed his lips. Gu Jia trembled, and was about to push her away, but when he saw the tears streaming down Lin Yuyu's face, the hand he had extended gently returned to Lin Yuyu's waist. A sly smile flashed across Lin Yuyu's eyes, and she suddenly pushed Gu Jia down, straddling his waist. But just as she was about to undo Gu Jia's belt, Gu Jia's phone rang at an inopportune moment. Hearing the ringtone, Gu Jia seemed to have been jolted awake and violently pushed Lin Yuyu away. Ah! Lin Yuyu exclaimed. Gu Jia didn't have time to pay attention to her, and got up and went out to answer Assistant Su's call. Assistant Su. President Gu, Madam has had an accident. What do you mean? Assistant Su. Someone found Madam's wedding ring at a second-hand market and sent it to me. A wedding ring? It seems that the animal trainer from the circus sold my wedding ring. That day, he entered the enclosure and saw the lions eating my limbs, so he was scared and scrambled to tell their boss. But their boss was afraid of taking responsibility, so he not only didn't call the police in time, but also gave him a hush money to help deal with the scene and find a place to hide. The animal trainer pocketed my valuable necklaces and rings while cleaning up the scene. Shen Jinxin, she is really capable. Not only does she not admit her mistakes, but she also secretly ran out to sell the wedding ring. Gu Jia gritted his teeth in hatred. I suddenly felt so sad. Shouldn't someone's first reaction when they find their wife's belongings in a second-hand market be to fear that their wife is in trouble? But Gu Jia's first reaction was actually this. She's going to rebel against me. You go and check where she ran off to right now. Assistant Su. But President Gu, our people have been watching all the entrances to the circus 24 hours a day, and no one has seen Madam come out. She's so cunning, wouldn't she disguise herself? Assistant Su hesitated. President Gu, maybe Madam didn't run out, but was eaten by the lions inside. What nonsense are you talking about? Gu Jia scolded sharply. Assistant Su said tremblingly, President Gu, please don't be angry. It's like this, after I received the ring, I immediately sent Xiao Zhu to the enclosure to check on the Madam's situation, and found that Madam was indeed missing. But Xiao Zhu inquired from the new staff who took over about the reason why the circus disbanded previously, and they said an animal went mad and bit someone to death. Judging by the timeline, it was exactly during the days when Madam was locked up. Impossible. Gu Jia denied immediately, but soon he couldn't help but instruct Assistant Su. Book me the earliest flight back right now. Yes. After hanging up the phone, Gu Jia went directly downstairs to call a car to the airport. Midway, Lin Yiyu's phone call came through. Jia Gij, where did you go? I'm going back first. Why are you suddenly going back? Why the hell are you asking so many questions? Gu Jia roared impatiently. A sobbing sound immediately came from the other end of the phone. Gu Jie then realized, sorry, something urgent happened at the company, I have to rush back. Lin Yu cried, but I've already bought tickets for the other attractions we're going to visit tomorrow. If you want to play, go by yourself. If you don't want to play, come back. Don't make a fuss, I really have something to do. After speaking, he hung up the phone without hesitation. How interesting, this is the first time I've seen him so impatient with Lin Yu. Gu Jie arrived at the circus tent after 4 in the morning. He hurried towards the entrance of the shed, but suddenly stopped. Mr. Gu, what's wrong? Assistant Su asked with concern. Gu Jie. Nothing, I was just thinking, what if this is a scam that Shen Jinxin concocted with others to trick me? How should I punish her? Assistant Su. Mr. Gu, actually, I think the madam's character is good. Could there have been some misunderstanding about what happened last time? What do you know? Can something I saw with my own eyes be fake? Gu Jie glared at Assistant Su. Assistant Su had no choice but to shut up and led Gu Jie forward. Although Gu Jie said that, the further he walked in, the more nervous his expression became. Since the new owner took over, the circus had resumed operations, and the animals in the sheds had been taken to perform these past few days, leaving only the lion that Gu Jie had bought, lying lazily in its cage. Gu Jie walked to the front of the lion cage. At first, his expression was still solemn, but after seeing the situation inside the cage, he suddenly laughed. I knew she couldn't have been. I knew it. Shen Jinxin must be playing me. How could such a docile lion eat people? Besides, the cage is so clean, if a lion really ate someone, there wouldn't even be a single bone or a drop of blood. Assistant Su. Could someone have cleaned up the scene? Gu Jie frowned. Then pull up the surveillance footage and take a look. Yes. Assistant Su had someone pull up the surveillance footage, but found that the video from the day the incident happened was missing. I thought that with such a strange thing in front of Gu Jie, his thoughts would definitely waver. Who knew he would sneer? Good, to trick me, Shen Jinxin is very meticulous. Assistant Su, spread the word. Even if we have to dig 3 feet into the ground, we must find Shen Jinxin for me. How dare she play me like this? I must make her pay the price. Even at this point, he still thinks I'm lying. How pathetic. Gu Jie stormed home. When he arrived, Lin Yu was already sitting in the living room waiting for him. Jie Gij, are you alright? Gu Jie suppressed his emotions and breathed a sigh of relief. I'm fine. Lin Yu tentatively asked. You rushed back so urgently, it couldn't be to see Jinxin Jie, right? Gu Jie frowned but still explained. Yes, she ran away, and I was almost fooled by her. Lin Yu handed him a glass of water and smiled. Jie Gij, you don't need to worry. As a woman, I understand what Jinxin Jie is thinking. If a woman doesn't want her husband to know her address, there's only one possibility. What possibility? Lin Yu blurted out. She's having an affair. Crash. Gu Jie smashed the glass in his hand. Ah. Lin Yu cried out in surprise and quickly explained. Jie Gij, don't be angry. I'm just inferring from a woman's perspective. Perhaps Jinxin Jie is different from other people. No, perhaps you're right. No wonder she's been wanting to divorce me all along. So she betrayed me long ago. What a fool I was, still waiting for her call. So she ran away with her lover. Gu Jie's face was frighteningly dark. Then what are you going to do? Gu Jie gritted his teeth. She dared to betray me. I will definitely not let her go. After saying that, he stood up abruptly and went upstairs into my room. Since Su Yu came back, we've been sleeping in separate rooms for a while. Gu Jie used to disdain even entering this room. But now he seemed to have gone mad. After kicking the door open, he began frantically rummaging through drawers and cabinets, as if searching for evidence of my affair. How could there be nothing? I don't believe she wouldn't leave a trace. Gu Jie made a mess of my room, searching almost everywhere, but still couldn't find any evidence that satisfied him. He angrily picked up a pillow and slammed it on the floor. The next second, a beautifully packaged men's suit appeared before him under the pillow. Gu Jie grabbed the suit and sneered. Good for you, Shen Jinxin. You really betrayed me. He grabbed a pair of scissors from the side, and began frantically cutting the suit in his hand until the suit was turned into rags. Only then did he toss it into the air, as if venting his hatred. Looking at the mess on the floor, I just found it amusing. This suit was custom-made by me not long ago as a wedding anniversary gift for him, but before I could give it to him, he made me angry enough to go back to my hometown. It's good that it's been cut to pieces now. He doesn't deserve to wear such a good suit, nor does he deserve to know my good intentions. But just at that moment Aunt Lou rushed in. "Sir, what are you doing? That's the suit Madame ordered for you. Custom-made for me?" Goujier was stunned. "Yes, this suit was personally made for you by Madame," Aunt Lou said as she found the design drawing from the closet. "Look, it's all made according to your measurements." "How could it be?" Goujier looked shocked, and a sense of guilt gradually arose in his eyes. "Actually, Madame has always loved you very much, but you two have been arguing a lot lately," Madame said. Aunt Lou hesitated. "What did she say?" "Aunt Lou, Madame said that she doesn't know why you always distrust her, saying that you always nail her to the pillar of shame based on a single word from Miss Lin." "Actually, I also want to say, sir, you are indeed too biased towards Miss Lin. I heard what you said downstairs just now. She casually made a slanderous remark, and you came upstairs and smashed Madame's things. This is really a bit too much." Goujier seemed to just react and said somewhat blankly, "Am I really that biased?" The involved are confused, while the onlookers are clear. You might as well think about it carefully. Anyway, I've been through this. I can see that you and Madame both care about each other very much. Isn't there anything you can't talk about properly? Gougier's expression softened. "But Aunt Lou, if she loves me, why is she always making a fuss with me?" Aunt Lou sighed helplessly. "You just heard that she had another man and rushed upstairs to smash things in a rage. How can she not make a fuss when she sees such a close sister by your side every day?" Gougier's face stiffened. After a long while he said awkwardly, "I understand, Aunt Lou." "That's right." Aunt Lou smiled and was about to clean up the suit fragments on the ground, but Goujier stopped her. "You can go down, I'll do it myself." After Aunt Lou retreated, Goujier picked up the fragments on the ground one by one and put them back into the packaging bag. Then he dialed the contact number on the packaging bag and asked them to custom-make an identical suit. After doing all this, he sent me a message. "Okay, stop making trouble. Considering that you prepared a suit for me, I won't hold it against you. Come home quickly." Unsurprisingly, I still didn't reply to him. But just then Assistant Sue's phone call came in. "President Gu, we've found Madame." "Where?" "At the old junkyard." "Why would she be there? What is she doing there?" The assistant hesitated, and finally only said, "You should come and see for yourself." When Goujier arrived at the garbage dump, Assistant Sue had already ordered people to find my remaining remains and cover them with a white cloth. "Where's Shinjinshin?" Goujier looked around. Assistant Sue pointed to the white cloth on the ground, feeling guilty. "Madam is here." Goujier glanced at the white cloth. After a moment, he suddenly rushed up and grabbed Assistant Sue's collar, roaring, "What joke are you playing? Shinjinshin is a living person. She can't do magic. How dare you try to fool me with a white cloth?" Assistant Sue thumped down on his knees. "President Gu, Madame is dead. She was really eaten by the lions in the cage. Her remains are under this white cloth." Goujier staggered, but still stubbornly said, "Impossible, I didn't confiscate her phone at the time. If she was in danger, wouldn't she call for help?" Ha! What Goujier said was truly ridiculous. It was useless even when I begged him in person, so calling him would have worked? "It's true." Assistant Sue's voice was tinged with tears. "We found the animal trainer who resold the wedding ring. He has the surveillance footage from that night. The footage shows that Madame was indeed torn apart and devoured by the lions." With that, Assistant Sue handed Goujier a USB drive. Gougier's face was ashen, standing there like a wooden stake, unable to take the USB drive for a long time. After hesitating for a long time, he suddenly snatched the USB drive and strode towards the bodyguard holding the laptop. But his hands were shaking so badly that he couldn't insert the USB drive into the laptop after several attempts. Finally, the bodyguard steadied his hand and helped him insert the USB drive. Soon the surveillance footage popped up. Gu Jie subconsciously clenched his fists, unaware that his fingernails were digging into his palms and drawing blood. When the screen showed the moment the lions went mad and pounced on me, he slammed the laptop shut and cried out in anguish. I'm sorry, wife, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. Watching Gu Jie weeping bitterly, I was numb. What's the use of regretting it now? President Gu, perhaps you shouldn't watch anymore. Assistant Su wanted to take the laptop away. Gu Jie called him back. Stop. Continue, I want to keep watching. Helpless, Assistant Su had to reopen the laptop. This time, Gu Jie didn't retreat, staring at the screen with wide eyes. Every time I screamed in the screen, his face would become an inch paler. When he saw the lions biting off my head, he suddenly screamed and fainted. From that day on, Gu Jie fell ill. He had a high fever for several days in a row. In his delirium, he kept calling my name. Shinjinshin, I'm sorry, I really didn't want you to die. Come back and take revenge on me. Come back and find me. Shinjinshin, come back, come back. Why didn't you come to my dream today? Do you not want to see me anymore? Sure enough, a person who does something wrong cannot sleep peacefully. I wonder if the me in his dream is very terrifying? Even funnier is that Gu Jie hadn't eaten or drunk a drop during this time. Aunt Lu made many dishes for him in different ways, but he would vomit up sour water like crazy as soon as he smelled food. I wonder if he was disgusted by my tragic death. He's so hypocritical, calling me back while also finding me disgusting. Gu, you can't handle this if it goes on like this. Assistant Su also advised from the side. But Gu Jie still didn't respond. He was like a puppet, staring blankly ahead. Then his lips would open and close, not knowing what he was muttering to himself. Assistant Su couldn't bear it any longer, and could only forcibly hold him down, and ask people to give him a nutrient solution. Gu Jie, who was already emaciated and exhausted, was like a lamb to the slaughter, struggling a few times before losing the strength to resist. Gu, you can punish me however you want after you get better. You can't continue like this, there are still many things waiting for you at the company. Assistant Su kept advising him from the side, but Gu Jie still stared blankly at the ceiling. Until Aunt Lu mentioned, you haven't dealt with the madam's remains yet, how can you fall? Gu Jie finally came back to his senses. Remains, where are her remains now? Assistant Su helped Gu Jie down to the basement. In the basement was a small ice coffin, containing a skull, a vertebra, a humerus, and some fragmented bones. I'm truly pathetic. The human body has 206 bones, and I'm left with only these few. I can't even scare Gu Jie. Indeed, Gu Jie wasn't frightened by these few bones. He reached out and lovingly stroked each of my bones. Salty, fishy-smelling tears fell onto my bones. I felt disgusted, having to be tainted by his scent even in death. Perhaps due to physical weakness, Gu Jie's complexion worsened after standing next to the ice coffin for less than half an hour. Assistant Su, worried about his health, repeatedly urged him to return, but he remained unmoved. It was as if he couldn't get enough of looking at my few bones. Assistant Su had to make an excuse. Mr. Gu, Madam always said you wronged her before she died. Perhaps we should investigate thoroughly, lest Madam die with regrets. Indeed, we should investigate carefully. I can't let her stay angry with me. Gu Jie seemed to have found motivation, and obediently followed the assistant out of the basement. He sent people to the countryside to retrieve the surveillance footage from my last few days. He was shocked by what he saw. In the surveillance footage, he saw the entire process of Lin Yuyu falsely accusing me. Quick! Go and bring Lin Yuyu to me. Gu Jie slammed his hand on the table, startling Assistant Su into hurrying to arrest her. Jiagij, did you suddenly miss me? What's wrong with you these past few days? You haven't been answering my calls. Lin Yuyu was still chattering incessantly. Gu Jie grabbed her collar, his eyes wide with anger. Why did you lie to me? What did I lie to you about? Lin Yuyu's face paled with fright. Gu Jie threw her to the ground. Do you know how badly you hurt my wife? Jia Gij, I don't know what you're talking about, Lin Yu said, her expression terrified. Assistant Su couldn't help but remind her. Miss Lin, you framed the madam, caused her to be locked in the lion's cage, and caused the madam to be bitten to death by lions. Ah, it's nothing to do with me, I'm innocent, Jia Gij. Lin Yu crawled forward, wanting to hug Gu Jia's leg, but was kicked away by Gu Jia. You're still lying. I watched the surveillance footage from that day. You were the one who kicked the dog first, but you turned around and framed my wife. I was blind to have believed you, you bitch. Jia Gij. I was wrong, please forgive me, Jia Gij. I did all this because I love you too much. I just saw that Shen Jinshin was always arguing with you during that time. I thought you were in pain. I did it for you, to make you completely give up on her. This way you won't be in pain anymore. Lin Yu went forward again to hug Gu Jia's leg. Gu Jia raised his hand about to slap her, but she hurriedly explained. Really, I didn't want to kill her. You can't put all the blame on me. It wasn't me who told you to lock her in the cage. You were the one who wanted to do that. You were the one who wanted to do that. Gu Jia's face turned deathly pale, and he staggered backward. You're right. You're right, I'm the one who deserves to die. Yes, me. Gu Jia fell into deep self-blame. After a long time, he instructed Assistant Su. Assistant Su, give her some money and tell her never to appear in front of me again. But Guzong. Assistant Su was worried and leaned close to Gu Jia's ear, lowering his voice. She knows too much. Will there be a problem letting her go like this? Gu Jia looked at Lin Yu. No, she is very simple. I didn't maintain the proper boundaries, which made her develop delusions she shouldn't have. Let her go. Assistant Su was helpless and had to send her away. After Lin Yu left, Gu Jia went to the basement again and knelt in front of my remains, repenting. Wife, I'm sorry, I wrongly blamed you. I already know the truth, but I can't hurt you. It's because of me that she became like this. Can you forgive her? I'll kneel and apologize on her behalf. Just don't hold it against her anymore, okay? Even at this point, he was still favoring Lin Yu. But I was too lazy to argue with him anymore, because soon after he knelt down, the sound of police car sirens rang outside the villa. Assistant Su hurriedly ran to the basement. Guzong, you need to escape quickly. Lin Yu called the police. What? Gu Jia staggered. How could she? How could she do this? Because she is my woman. A man's voice came from the basement entrance. Gu Jia turned his head sharply, just in time to see a tall man in a suit and leather shoes appearing in the basement, with Lin Yu in his arms, followed by a group of bodyguards. It's you. Gu Jia was stunned. The person who came was Gu Jia's arch-rival in the business world, Fu Ming, the president of the Fu Group. Originally, I just wanted Yu to steal confidential documents from your company, but I didn't expect her to come up with such a once-and-for-all solution. I really didn't misjudge you. Yu. Lin Yu leaned into Fu Ming's arms with a smug look. Fu Xiao is joking. I just applied my understanding of Jia Gij to the extreme. You bitch. Gu Jia wanted to rush up and beat her, but was pinned to the ground by Fu Ming's bodyguards. Lin Yu said triumphantly, Jia Gij, don't worry, the police won't be able to find this place for a while. We can talk slowly about anything. Why did you betray me? I trusted you so much. Why did you hurt me? Lin Yu said slowly and deliberately. To be honest, I didn't want to hurt you at first, but when I saw you abuse your wife like that because of a few words I provoked, I suddenly felt that you were very unreliable. Shin Jinshin helped you so much, and you still treated her like that. How long could you love me even if I married you in the future? So, I can only find a better tree to perch on. You bitch. I'm going to kill you. The furious Gu Jia suddenly broke free and pounced on Lin Yu, pinning her to the ground, grabbing her hair and slamming her head into the ground. Bitch, you should die. Fu Xiao, save me. Fu Xiao, save me. Lin Yu widened her eyes and waved frantically in Fu Ming's direction. But Fu Ming remained unmoved. Only when she was about to die did Fu Ming sneer. You woman, you can even betray your childhood playmate. How can you expect me to trust you? Lin Yu died with lingering resentment. Only then did Gujie let go and collapse to the ground. The next moment, a solemn voice echoed at the basement entrance. Everyone, don't move. As I watched the police come over and take the group of people away, my soul gradually dissipated in the air. The net of heaven has large meshes, but nothing slips through. It's time for me to go.